Cecilia from Scrapbooking Cecilia, and today I want to share with you the first project that I am making as brand ambassador from Graphic 45 for 2024-2025. And in this case, the project, it's about ourselves. It has to represent what I like to do with a scrap or paper. And in my case, there is something that I like to do a lot, and it's upcycle old elements or stuff like this Amazon box. And I'm going to be using Grow with Love paper collection. My idea is to use this as a welcome decoration in my door for this season. So I'm going to start by, let me tell you the measurements. This box measure about 11 1/4 by a little bit more than 12. So let's use this ruler. 12 3/4 of an inch. So the first thing we need to do, of course, it's going to be remove these flaps. Side it's 3 1/4. So I'm going to make some measurements. 1 1/2 and 1 3/4. 1 1/2 and 1 3/4. And with the ruler, we join both marks with our pencil. And I am telling you exactly the way that I am going to do it. But if your box is a different size, I am just giving you the ideas to make your own, okay? Oops. Now I'm going to repeat this in the 4 sides. Starting from my bottom to the top, I'm going to measure at 1 1/2 and 1 3/8 and join the lines all around the box. Now that I have all my 2 lines marked all around, what I am going to do, I am just going to cut straight till this second line, okay? So I am not sure which way it's going to be easier, but and I stop in the second line, okay? Let's do this in the 4 corners. These flaps, which are exactly this measurement, I am just going to cut a piece that fits here inside, and I am just measuring, putting this aside in this and making my pencil mark, because we want to cut and stick that piece down, okay? Yes, it is fine, perfectly. So I'm going to use some glue, and I'm going to add my glue here, here, and then here. And we need to let this dry with some weight on the top, okay? This is going to be a kind of shallow box with a beautiful garden inside. That's my idea. Let me explain you what I did here, just testing. And using a ruler, I use my bone folder to mark in this side my scoring lines. Well, I am making my scoring lines. Probably here I need to try to remove this black paper. Let's see if I can. because this it's so dark for the project, and yes, that's better. Let's continue. You need to hold the ruler and make the press here. It takes time, I am not going to lie, but I think it's going to work and it's going to look so nice as decoration. So let's keep doing this. We need to try to, I am using my fingers in the back. I know it's not easy, but we need to try to do it the best we can. Probably now that I mark with the ruler, it's going to be easier to do it without the ruler. This side we can press better. And I am thinking that maybe here I need to remove just a little bit here. Yes, this works better in this way. And now we just need to add our glue. So I'm going to wait, as it's the same way I did it in this side. So just hold it and wait a little bit until this is dried. Now let me tell you, we need to make some cuts here in the long side. I already made my pencil mark here and here. You just need to use a ruler, put it in the back, and then with your pencil just draw a line. There we go. In the opposite side, it's not the easiest way to do it, but just hold the ruler and draw your line. Now here we will cut carefully straight in one side and in the opposite side as well. Now, I am not going to remove all this because I want to cover a little bit here, but there is so much bulkiness here. Let me cut just a little bit, and with my knife I will try to leave only. I'm going to close this to you. Let me show you. This was one piece, and I used my knife here carefully in this way. Now we can remove this, and this will cover here. But first, here, we need to do it in the same way. I am just cutting a little bit, and now using my knife, you can see here, I am just going to try to open it. Oh, there you go. I didn't need my knife here. So now we are just going to remove this from the inside, and this will be covering here. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the same exactly here in this side. Remember, first you need to draw the line and cut, remove the top side, and then just slide some layers from the inside to cover the corner as we are doing it here, and this will help. Okay, my box is ready, and now I want to cover everything with, and I'm going to use leftover cream cardstock. It's big, as you can see here. I don't know, this is probably, here is about 12 and almost 20 inches wide. So the way that I am going to do it, let me explain you. I measure the how much is from here, from this side to this inside, okay? And in my case, this is about 10 3/4, and this is about 12 and 1/8. So because I think it's going to look better if I cover it in this way, I am going to cut first one piece that measure, if this measure 10 3/4, I will cut 11 3/4. So let's make the mark 11 3/4. So now let's cut this. And now we need to make a 1/2 inch scoring line in one side, okay? Now with this side, well, technically we can make the second in the opposite side at a 1/2 inch as well. Now we are going to check if this fits here inside. Yes, and it fits perfectly. So probably here we will work this piece a little bit. Now in this way I am going to score at this measure 5, so I'm going to score a 1/2 inch in one side as well, okay, in this way. So I am going to cut here straight in my scoring line, and then this flap in a little bit of angle here. Let me tell you which is my idea, is to put this here inside, and this needs to be in the back. This way we are going to reinforce the inside, but also we will cover it, and I'm going to repeat here all this way, okay? Now we need to cover all the edges, and I am going to use this big piece of paper to cover the long sides. And I am thinking, because I am short of this paper, that I am going to make 1 inch, 1 1/4, my first scoring line, just to cover the sides. And then here, oh, I'm sorry, I can measure where the next one it's going to be, and it is going to be here this way. I just need to align here, and this was 1 1/4, so from here I'm going to leave 1 1/4 as well. And now I need to remove. Okay, this measure 8, so I am going to cut at 4 inches. Okay, now we need to check. I need to make my first scoring line at 1 and 3/8 of an inch, and 1 and 5/8 of an inch the second. 1 and 3/8, 1 and 5/8 of an inch. And I am going to repeat the same in both pieces. Now I am just going to cut here straight to the scoring line. Because this should be here in this way. We will cover here in this way. Now I just need to make my mark here because we need to make an extra scoring line here. Okay, this is my idea to cover here. And I think I'm going to start by removing just a little bit here and just a little bit here. Okay, I already covered the short side here, but I want to cover this with you. And what I am doing is I have leftover pieces of the cream cardstock, and this is long. This is more about 20 inches wide. But what is important is this is 4 inches here. Okay, 4 inches here. So the first that I need to do is to take my measurement from here to here, actually here. And when I have this here, I can make a pencil mark to see where I need to cut. So we are going to cut here where my pencil mark is. And now we are going to make 2 scoring lines. one at 1 3/8 and 1 5/8 of an inch. Okay, now we need to crease the scoring lines. And now that we are here, I am just going to place my sides here, align it perfectly in both sides, and then I am just going to make my pencil mark here and my second pencil mark here. And you can see here I have two scoring lines. I'm going to cut straight, just stopping in the first scoring line. I will try to do it the best that I can. Now in this side, and here I have no measurements because my box is irregular, so but here it is, and we are covering everything here. So I'm going to start adding my glue in this side, which is 1 3/8, and also in this gap there is a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, now the next step, I want to make some spaces here to use my gorgeous ephemera assortments and some of these dye, or yes, these are from the 12 by 12, and I just cut out all the page with the cards to use them here. So how I did this: first, I measure from the bottom to this level, and it, in my case, it is 1.5, and I just cut first this one from side to side using the leftover pieces that I had of the closure flaps, okay, like this one. So I cut first this, and using as a reference my cards, my assortments, I put exactly what I wanted, and of course we are going to decorate that. And what's next? We need to join the two pieces. Let's make one together, and I'm going to make exactly in the same way all of them. First, we will join with glue the two pieces, and using my leftover paper, I'm going to cover them. I have here a lot of pieces that I have left, and the best way to do it, I want to leave a tiny space in both sides, and this is going to be aligned on the bottom only. Okay, let me make a pencil mark to see where I want to cut. It's better if you let these two pieces dry first before adding the paper, but I am going to do it to show you. Of course, the rest I will be doing it off camera. just put resting here the knife and cut straight. You see, now we have this ready here. Okay, I already covered all my dividers. We can start assembling this one, and I am leaving here the decoration that I want to add. Of course, there is a lot of things before we need to do. Okay, now we need to add this here, but I am watching. This is a little bit high, so I will try to cut carefully, just a little bit. Okay, this is my idea, and I am going to decorate with my cardstock sticker set, of course, some of my chipboard tags and frames, the leftover ribbons that I have, my ephemera assortments, and I am using this embossed die. This is Cherry Lit Designs die, and I really love it. What I use to emboss this is this chubby white embossing enamel from Stampendius, and of course you need your embossing ink. So I'm going to start. I use paper to cover all the spaces, and I am going to start. This is the idea, okay? Of course, we are going to change a little bit, but what I did is I just took my measurement from the bottom to this edge, and then I just cut, measuring from here to here, 2 pieces, one for each side, measuring from here to here, 2 pieces for the top and the bottom. And that's what I did in all the cases, okay? Okay, and now I'm going to use my washi tape to cover all of this. If I am not sure if that is going to be enough to cover here, but in case it is not, we will think in something. Okay, these pearls are dried, and now we can start adding some elements here. Okay, let's finish. And you are watching here something different, of course, because I received my DK box for the next year. And look at this. This is the silicone mat, and I really love it. So, this is perfect because you can remove easily the hot glue. So, let me tell you, you will watch me. I have layers. This is from the sticker sheets, and I am just going to apply some here. you.